Yep, he's did it again, folks. The serpentine cockroach swine American psycho, the haircut that passes for a man, Gavin Newsom, has just created another major corporate business failure in our great state of California, on top of all the other failures that he's committed in the atrocity that is his governorship. Bed Bath and Beyond chairman, board, and executive Marcus Lemonis just announced today that they're leaving California. Here's the official statement right here. I want to read this to you. It says, "We will not open or operate retail stores in California. This decision isn't about politics. It's about reality. It's a reality, sadly, for thousands and thousands of businesses, big, medium, and small, including In-N-Out. In-N-Out is literally the most successful franchise in the history of franchises, and they left California. California has created one of the most overregulated, this is Marcus Lemon has continued here. California has created one of the most overregulated, expensive, and risky environments for businesses in America. It's a system that makes it harder to employ people, harder to keep doors open, and harder to deliver value to customers." You can say that again, Marcus. The result? Higher taxes, higher fees, higher wages that many businesses simply cannot sustain, and endless regulations that strangle growth. Even when the state announces a budget surplus, it's built on the backs of ordinary citizens who are paying too much and businesses who are squeezed until they break. You want to know how the actual official Governor Newsom press office account on X responds to this? After their bankruptcy and closure of every store, like most Americans, we thought Bed Bath & Beyond no longer existed. We wish them well in their efforts to become relevant again as they try to open a second store. This is an official government-verified account saying this about yet another. This is his response. Is this leadership to you? Let me know in the comments down below. It gets worse. There was a post that this account deleted that quoted Marcus Lemonis' statement on X, and it said, I can't even show it to you, but it said, "F you, goodbye." It was since deleted, and this user then reposted it because the internet is forever and said, "Triggered, lashed out, deleted, typical of a Newsom nerd." And then this is how they responded. "We never posted this," in parentheses, fake screenshot, "but it is funny. LOL." Again, that's an official Newsom verified account on X that you and me, especially if you live in California, taxpayer dollars are going towards. Instead of saying, you know what, how can we help? And by the way, bedbathandbeyond.com is $1 billion industry, and they're opening stores all over the country. The reason that Marcus Lemonis decided not to open is because of the abysmal atrocity failure, the overrated, overhyped snake serpentine mook that is Gavin Newsom. And this guy wants to make America California. Do we need a new governor, or do we need a new governor? I mean, instead of saying something like, "Hey man, let's try to work this out. What can we do?" You know, Tesla left, Chevron left, In-N-Out left, hundreds of thousands of residents, businesses. He wants to claim that, no, this has to do with their own numbers, their own statistics. Oh, really, Gavin? Well, here's some numbers that Gavin Newsom, here's some facts. Here's some numbers for you, Gavin, that he doesn't want you to see. Check this out. Homelessness, 1 out of 50. Out of 50 states of the Union, of the United States of America, California is number 1 for homelessness. Remember, they spent billions and billions of dollars of this. By the way, stick around. I've got some Spencer Pratt findings. I love Spencer Pratt. I think this guy should run for governor. He is an absolute hero of California, taking on Newsom and the rest of the Hippocrats. I got to share that with you in just a second. Poverty, number 1 out of 50. Number 1 out of 50. Retail crime, number 1 out of 50. But yet, Karen Bass, I'm going to share this video with you real quick, when asked, what do you think about crime? And she says that what's happening in D.C. is just in effect going after, she said, quote, brown and black people, end quote. That's the only reason Trump federalized D.C. was to go after brown and black people. Number 1 out of 50 for homelessness, which Newsom has spent billions and hundreds of billions of dollars on, poverty and retail crime. And watch this quick clip of Karen Bass saying there is no crime in Los Angeles.
Mayor Bass, on the topic of immigration, over the weekend, the president's deputy chief of staff, Stephen Miller, accused both Governor Gavin Newsom and yourself of, quote, crimes against humanity for your immigration policies, going as far to say, quote, they are guilty of crimes against humanity for their facilitating of child trafficking, blank trafficking. They think this is a game. They think this is a joke. This is life and death. I just wanted to get your response to that serious
crimes
remark.
Against humanity is something that is a definition that there is nothing, anything in this city that has happened that comes even close to a crime, period, let alone a crime against humanity. And that's all that's worth.
Yeah, there is no crime in Los Angeles, according to her. There is none of this stuff makes any sense to her. Illiteracy, 1 out of 50. Wage stagnation, 1 out of 50. Frivolous lawsuits, 1 out of 50. Unemployment, 3 out of 50. Although, based on my latest due diligence and research, that's headed towards number 1. Housing costs, 2 out of 50. Owning a home in this great state, the greatest weather, the greatest beaches, coastline, mountains, desert. They're squandering it all. 2 out of 50 for water bills. Restrictions on workers, 1 out of 50. Anti-business regulations, number 1 out of 50, not even close. Energy, electricity costs, 3 out of 50. Inequality, 3 out of 50. Income tax, 1 out of 50. Gas tax, 1 out of 50. Budget deficit, we had a surplus of something like $50-75 billion. Now we're over $100 billion in debt. Because of who? Because a guy who has no business running our great state. Because of a guy who's never built anything. Isn't it funny, going back to Marcus Lemonis for just a second in Bed Bath & Beyond, and Elon Musk and In-N-Out and all these great, isn't it funny how all these powerful, influential people who got to where they are, self-made, by actually succeeding in the free market. Isn't it interesting how they're all criticizing this guy who didn't earn a single thing in his life? Probably rigged every single election, probably did so many things behind the scenes to get to where he is, never held a real job, has squandered and wasted this beautiful golden state that has so much massive potential. He destroyed San Francisco, destroyed it when he was mayor of San Francisco, and now he wants to destroy America as he, pseudo runs for president in 2028. Isn't it interesting how these people, they all say the same thing about him, including myself, I've been in the public sector and the private sector. Isn't it interesting? I think that's very interesting. Road disrepair, 3 out of 50. Road disrepair. That's just insanity. Educational inequity, 2 out of 50. COVID school shutdowns, 1 out of 50. Anybody shocked there? COVID business shutdowns. It's the same guy who went to the French Laundry, told everybody to mask up and stay home while he went out gallivanting and fraternizing and socializing at the French Laundry, sticking his nose at everybody, and nobody wore a mask. Nobody exercised social distancing. He is a fraud. He is a Decepticon. He is a snake through and through. I guarantee you, you put that guy on a some kind of a ultraviolet imaging a sensor, you will find cold blood running through his disgusting anatomy. I promise you that. COVID mandates, 1 out of 50. Illegal border crossings. Remember what I said about elections being rigged? Illegal border crossings, number 1 out of 50. Funding for illegal immigrants, 1 out of 50. People leaving the state, numero uno. Congratulations, Newsom. You are an abysmal failure through and through. But wait, it gets even worse. Again, this is the account, the official verified account, funded by taxpayers, funded by us. Now you've got this absolute, it's you can't even describe this as pathetic, what he's doing now. He's trying to act like Trump by posting these, literal carbon copies, trying to be Trump in every single way imaginable, with these all caps saying, now he says, I seldom watch the low-rated garbage man, Greg Gutfeld. When Gutfeld has the #1 show, I mean, it's like the ratings, the ad ratings just came out. Gutfeld is #1 across the board. He's now trying to imitate. You can't, I mean, it's just like, what in God's name is going on inside your cranium, dude? Like, it is unfathomable how your thinking process evolves. You think that now, because you have your press office posting all these ridiculous carbon copy of Trump's posts, you think all of a sudden that's going to attract people toward you? The reason we voted for Trump, the reason that Trump has charisma and gravitas is because he's 100% real. He's 100% authentic. Whereas opposed to you, you are a complete and utter capital F fraud. You can't even say like, this is pitiful or pathetic. It's like Newsom is an insult to the bottom of the barrel. It's gotten so bad. Look at this. I seldom watch low-rated garbage man Greg Votto, but when I do, I marvel at the fake laughter. And then he says, put garbage man Greg on. Fox ought to get smart and not use losers like this. Ina Ding Dong Perino. Never heard of her until today. He's like, you see what I'm saying here? It's become abundantly clear that Trump lives free, rent. He pays free rent inside this American psycho's brain. And this is just a recipe for disaster. Let me just help you out here for a second, Newsom. If you want to attract people, if you want to encourage enthusiastic supporters, the key is you have to be real. You have to be authentic. What you're doing ain't it. This tactic has so backfired for Newsom that even his own allies, even his own base is calling him out. Listen to this quick clip of Morning Joe on MSNBC, which is now going to be MS Now because NBC wants to get rid of these guys. But listen to this scathing critique of Morning Joe on Gavin Newsom. This is actually, I never thought I would say this, but this is spot on. Watch.
The Democrats are trying to find their footing, and it's quite embarrassing, actually. I mean, Gavin Newsom, I mean, have you seen what he's doing online? And it's like, just take a deep breath. Yeah. Don't try to turn the ship 180 degrees and one. They don't know what to do. I have a good idea. Instead of trying to school Donald Trump, talk into the camera about affordability. Talk about making groceries more affordable. Talk about what you're going to do for housing. Talk about what you're going to do for energy prices that continue to go up. We heard the congressman yesterday talk about energy prices skyrocketing in New Jersey. Don't try. As I've been saying, Donald Trump's not on the ballot in 26. He's not on the ballot in 28. Why try to drag Muhammad Ali in the ring?
I'll tell you why. You want me to break the suspense here, Morning Joe? The reason why is because he doesn't have anything else. Just like all the rest of these hypocrites, just like Madam Ghetto Crockett, MacIver, Ayanna Pressley, Schumer, Pelosi, all of them. Murphy, oh God, the spineless ballslessness of Chris Murphy is something that should be studied for generations. They don't have anything. No strategy, just like Kamala back in 2024. No strategy, no vision, no goals, no solutions, no purpose. Now you've got Stephen A. Smith, who I'm telling you right now, bookmark this. Stephen A. Smith is a psyop that is architected by Obama. He's going to run for president. He's probably going to win the nomination because all you need is this thing right here. You need the gift of gab. Trump has that in spades. Stephen A. Smith has it too. And he's calling out the Democrats. This is a architected strategy. I've said this before about Stephen A. Smith. He's going to run for president in 2028. He's going to win the nomination, and he might even come close to beating J.D. Vance, although I think in the end, the winner, God willing, will be J.D. Vance. But that's why. That's why you're not hearing, that's why he's attacking Trump. He's attacking Trump because they don't have anything else. It's so bad in California. They have such a lackluster vision or purpose, these hypocrites, that check out this amazing clip right here. Then I'm going to get to Spencer Pratt. Don't go anywhere. Check out this amazing clip of this reporter asking a direct question to California Assembly Elections Chair Gail Pellerin about the redistricting and the mapping and who's in charge of this for the congressional maps in California. Watch.
Who exactly is responsible for the maps? Who do we tell California voters drew these?
Well, so the maps have been posted on our website since 8 o'clock yesterday. The lines are very clear where people can go on and observe and see what we're doing. There are adjustments. Many counties and many districts are not getting touched at all. So,
Madam Chair, I'm sorry. My question is, who is responsible for the maps specifically? Who do we let California voters know are responsible for the maps that they are being presented with?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a collaboration.
There was several people involved.
Who specifically?
I don't have the full list right here with me, but we can certainly get that to you. But these maps are transparent. They're there for voters
But
to
who,
see.
the names of the people, the organizations. I mean, Governor Gavin Newsom promised that no special interests or this would be transparent. This would not be done in a back room.
We're definitely.
So we're trying to ascertain in the very short amount of time that you have to deliberate this,
There's-
who exactly are the maps responsible
There's a lot
for?
happening very quickly, and the folks that were drawing the maps went back to the Independent Redistricting Commission's testimony and what they heard during their time when they were deliberating this, and they themselves ran out of time to do the work that they needed to do.
But can any of you answer
whether
the
or not
question about who
state
drew them?
were state lawmakers involved in drawing the maps? Any state lawmakers at all?
Not to my knowledge.
But so then who adjusted them last night at 8 p.m.?
It was my understanding that they were by 8 a.m. They were out there.
No, there's
and so there was a collaboration, but we can get to the people that actually did that work.
So then why does the legislation say the detailed maps are prepared by the Assembly and State Senate elections committees?
So the reality is that it was a collaboration, and we can get those specific.
Madam Chair, but
so we are that.
when you consume something, don't you want to know who makes it? When you are presented with something, don't you want to know where it's coming from? Don't voters deserve
When
to
I
know?
go to a restaurant, I don't need to meet the chef. I just enjoy the food.
The only authoritative regime is the hypocrites, is the Democrats, the liberals. They're pointing fingers. This is where accusation becomes confession. She was asked a very simple question. You're the council chair for the congressional redistricting process, and you can't give one specific name, and then you usher out this trite platitude. When I go to a restaurant, I don't need to meet the chef. I just enjoy the food. This is what they think of us. This is what they think of American citizens, hardworking, tax-paying citizens. Literally, we should all just become criminals, because when you become a criminal, the Democrats will fight for you tooth and nail. Okay, I want to get to Spencer Pratt in just a second, but I have to share this with you. This is a video clip of a small brush fire that happened, just a few months before the worst fire disaster in LA history with the Palisades and Altadena that took everybody's home. I want to share this with you. I want you to notice, what do you notice here? It's literally right next to the reservoir, which is empty. 2 months before the big fire, this was specifically supposed to have water in the reservoir so that you could replenish the fire hydrants. I mean, even a 2-year-old would look at this and go, how do you not fill this up with water after that happened? How do you not fill this up with water? Look at the reservoir. This was 2 months before the greatest disaster. This is not just gross incompetence. This is all done specifically and intentionally. And here's Spencer Pratt to prove it. Check this out.
Ready to be sick to your stomach? Hopefully you already ate, because when you hear this, your mind is going to just explode. Karen Bass has responded to a lawsuit against her for burning down the Palisades and killing 12 senior citizens. And ready for this? Public officials have exclusive authority to decide whether fire protection should be provided at all, and if so, to what extent. And then you can't second guess with judges and juries if they decide what have I been paying taxes for? Okay, give me my money back, because I decided, to the extent that you didn't provide fire protection, I want the money that I thought was being provided. So you owe me a big bill for paying at least the last 8 years in the Palisades for my little taxes. I want them back. Send them to me now. And I also want the money that my taxes paid for this lawyer to write this, that also I paid for. I want that money also back.
These are the people who want to take over our country. Zohran Mamdani in New York City is no better than Newsom, maybe even 10 times worse, because now he wants to get rid of, he wants to redistribute the wealth. He's already talked about wealth redistribution, which is insanity. That is total, utter chaos communism. These are the people who want to run America. These are the people who want to implement their abhorrent policies that have destroyed this great state of California and many, many others. They want to bring this to the White House at the federal level. You need to make this video go viral. And by the way, let these people know what you think. Newsom's office watches this show, Karen Bass's office, their staff, Caroline Levitt, Stephen Miller, the whole lot of them, they all watch this show. Let them know what you think in the comments. Right now, comment, and please tap that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps us out immeasurably. You can even do it with your TV remote if you're watching this on TV. Just tap that thumbs up. It helps us. Our mission here is to make common sense go viral. You can help. That's your way to help. Comment, like, and share. I see you eyeing this amazing one-of-a-kind Nez Nation hat. We won. We have so many new designs in our brand new merch shop. Check the comment in the link in the pinned comment and in the description down below. Don't forget to check out these videos coming up here on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free. Our free newsletter's in the comments as well. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. Never Newsom. I'll see you soon.